Hello everybody, Bob1984 back again, and it's been a few weeks since I've done a video. Newcastle United's obviously finished the season. I'm a Newcastle United YouTuber. What else am I going to talk about? Oh, there's a Euro starting soon. So this is just my take on a couple of weeks later, maybe, or a week later, whatever, on what Roy Hodgson has done in terms of picking a squad for England. My take on what I believe has happened in the friendlies and how I think England have played and what I think is going to happen when it all kicks off next Saturday. I think generally England have played quite decent football. I'm not going to go out and say they've been world beaters in the three friendlies. I didn't see very much of the Australia game. I didn't actually see any of it, apart from the highlights afterwards. I didn't see any of the game afterwards. I heard the game turn on its head when Wayne Rooney came on, which I'm quite surprised at. But I want to talk about generally the squad, and I think the mistakes that have been made with the squad. I think the goalkeepers have picked themselves. Nobody can really argue with any of the goalkeeping choices. I think the defenders, though, I think we're severely lacking in central defenders in terms of we've only picked 3. Now I know, obviously Dyer can play there if need be, but I think taking 3 central defenders to a major tournament is a big gamble, because all it takes is maybe a suspension, somebody getting injured, and you're absolutely screwed. I think we've got quite a good set of left backs and a good set of right backs for a change. It's been a long time since England have actually had a luxury of being able to pick one of 2 decent players in both positions. Now I think before the game last night against Portugal, I said that I thought that the place of right back was pretty much nailed on for Klein. Now I'm pretty much changing my mind, because I have been impressed with Kyle Walker. Although Walker was really impressive last night, he's been really impressive all season for Spurs. And I think Danny Rose is my pick for left back. But in central defence, I think you've got to pick Smalling, because he's probably been the best in terms of form for the last season anyway. But who do you go for that's going to partner him? Now, I know Cahill played last night, and I do like Cahill. But I think Cahill and Smalling, you don't get much pace with central defenders, but they are a bit slow. But anyway, I would probably go with Cahill. I don't know if anyone agrees with what I'm saying. Obviously, this is the whole point of me doing YouTube. It's all my opinion, of course. Now we're getting on to the major talking point. Does he continue playing Rooney, Kane and Vardy? Now I don't see why not. Now, last night against Portugal, that didn't really work. Nothing clicked. I think the game kind of, passed Harry Kane by. He didn't really get involved very much last night. Jamie Vardy again, and Wayne Rooney was all right. He was doing his typical midfield role. I do genuinely think that England have got a very strong midfield. I don't agree with Jack Wilshere being there. I'm obviously a Newcastle fan. I do believe Andros Townsend should have been picked. He could have been the ideal impact sub. A lot of people probably don't agree, but that's just my opinion again. I think he had a great end of the season when Newcastle obviously would have gone down. He has actually come in and he's looked like he's got a bundle of energy and he's got a point to prove. When a player's got a point to prove, they can be very dangerous, especially if you're going to come off the bench and provide that little bit of spark. So I was a little bit disappointed to see Andros Townsend go, and I was also disappointed to see Danny Drinkwater lose his place. Now this is a player that has led the line in midfield all season for Leicester. Has been one of the lesser known. Obviously Jamie Vardy and Riyad Mahrez have been getting all of the plaudits, as well as N'Golo Conte. But I do believe that Danny Drinkwater should have been there on merit. He definitely should be there over Jack Wilshere. I know Jack Wilshere is a good player and he's played well for England in the past, but this is a player that has been so injury prone, and he's been, I'm not going to say undeserving, but there's been players that have played all season and deserved it more than him. But he's there. We know he's crying over spilt milk now. It's done. I think the decision is as well to start Raheem Sterling. I really hope he doesn't start. This is a player that's just not proven any kind of point. From last summer, he was criticised highly For the amount of, well, it's not his fault obviously, but for the amount of money that was paid for him by Man City, he's not a £49 million footballer. I don't think he should start. But you're looking at the squad and you're thinking, who else is going to take those places? I do genuinely think that Adam Lallana is decent for England. He always puts in a shift. Maybe he could start in the centre. I do genuinely think that that Rooney will play. Whether or not he'll play up front, I don't know. But I would stick with the three pronged attack sort of thing. It reminds us of when Newcastle were managed by Kevin Keegan, obviously the second time, when we had Viduka, Martins and Owen. And Owen was brought into a deeper midfield role, and he actually started scoring goals for Newcastle, obviously provided he was not injured, of course. So I think, if you can use Rooney in that kind of role, but not lose the attacking Zeus, or Zeus, what kind of a word is Zeus? Emphasis, sorry, that England have built up in the last however many games, then you've got a good chance and a good squad there. But I mean, I'm looking forward to the Euros. I really am. It's going to be nice to watch football where I'm not really expecting much, to be honest, from England. I'm just looking forward to a good tournament. Personally, I think England should walk through the group, to be honest. Should finish at least second, but we should really get that first place nailed on. Whether we can go forward from there is obviously whatever happens in the tournament, but this is my thoughts on the squad. And obviously on the two talking points, obviously Drinkwater and Townsend not making it, but you look at the strikers as well, and obviously apart from Vardy, Kane, you've got Daniel Sturridge, who is obviously a very good player in my eyes. Still a very good player. I know he's injury prone and all that kind of crap, but he's still a good player, and he'll score goals for England. He always has. But yeah, that's my thoughts. What are your thoughts on the England squad? And what have you been thinking about the friendlies? Obviously, we are a week away from the start of the tournament. I'm going to be doing some build-ups on the tournament. I'm going to go through every group as we get nearer. Obviously, next Friday, the start of the tournament, so keep an eye out for those. Leave your comments down below. My name is Bobster1984. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you all later.